Welcome and thanks for dropping by. This video is on the importance of tackling cancer, health inequalities, especially when it comes to serious mental illness. And the first thing I would say in regards to the forum that I run, which is aimed at those caring for someone with cancer, is that it's crucial to tackle the health inequalities when it comes to cancer and mental illness. And this is because of disparities in access to care. There are several reasons why it's important. The first thing is what affects the cancer outcomes, and that's obviously number one, if someone is going through serious mental illness like depression, anxiety, severe stress. The thing is, the outcomes where it will negatively influence cancer treatments. So those with mental illness are less likely, unfortunately, to take on treatment requests or attend appointments or even follow up post-treatment. So that would be the first one. Mental illness, unfortunately, can weaken the body system, immune system, reducing the ability to fight cancer. The second really is there still are unfortunately barriers to accessing care. So those with mental illness will face challenges really in accessing cancer treatments, accessing diagnosis, and these barriers may stem from, again, the systematic inequalities, situation with stigma, both on cancer and mental illness. And then you may even have financial resource problems. We also have to include the situation where minority groups or low income, those going through low income, are already at the high risk anyway from mental illness and cancer, which will disproportionately affect worsening health inequalities. Third thing is stigma, which I've mentioned already, and stigma around mental illness can actually lead to delayed seeking help behaviors when it comes to diagnosing those cancer symptoms. So patients or service users may avoid disclosing symptoms or even seeking any care due to the fear of discrimination. The fourth thing we have to consider is those who are underdiagnosed or undertreated. So mental health conditions can actually often go undiagnosed, and this can lead to the situations where cancer is undertreated, especially among those with less access to healthcare. And it can lead to a spiraling situation with their mental health, which leads to feeling of distress and hopelessness, reducing again the quality of life, a well-known situation those with serious mental illness face. The other thing cancer patients can face, especially from a minority or racial or ethnic background, is that unfortunately they're more likely to be underdiagnosed or untreated, especially with mental illness, and this can actually worsen the cancer disparities. And the last thing that I can mention is the problem with economic and social problems. So individuals with both mental illness and cancer can actually face greater economic strains, especially when it comes to job loss or being isolated. And as I mentioned before, it's a vicious cycle that further reduces access to care and social support networks. Now, although I focus with my group on families, friends and carers who are caring for someone with cancer, my background is on mental health carers, and it's a tragedy that when you find carers who are desperately struggling to support someone who has both mental ill health and cancer. So that's why I've made this video, in order to support the Southeast Cancer Alliance, and they focus on reducing the cancer health inequalities. So I'll have a description of my blog in the link. Do read it to see what focus the Southeast London Cancer Alliance, South London and Maudsley are working to reduce cancer inequalities.